craft room action. Hello. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how I made over my craft room. I've had a lot of free time on my hands lately, and as you guys know, there's not much to do outside right now. So I thought I'm just going to work on my space and make it somewhere I really want to be. It's always kind of been a goal of mine for probably half my life to start an Etsy shop or something along those lines and sell my art online. And since I have that free time right now, I'm really trying to get my space together so I can start doing that. It's also been a goal of mine to start doing murals, so I figured there's only one way to get experience, really, and that's just to do it. So I thought, where better to start than my own house? So yeah, I hope you enjoy it. So I just want to give you an idea of like how bad it is in my craft room. Say hi to Hantu. Hantu.
By the way, Hantu is my haunted ghost pal. I got him in Indonesia and I'm pretty sure that he's haunted. Okay, so this is my messy craft room. Yep, it's bad. Right now I am separating all of my stuff into different categories. So I labeled a bunch of bags and I just said, okay, this is going to be my bag for sentimental items. This is going to be my bag for stuff I'm giving away. This is my stuff that I'm going to sell. I made a few bags for selling on OfferUp and I actually made some pretty decent money just selling random art supplies and sewing stuff. Yeah, and then most importantly, I made a bag for all of my decorations. So like rocks, sticks, and all that fun stuff, as well as my figurines, my stuffed animals, all my art that was on the walls, and I just got it out of there so I could really see the bare bones of what I need to work with. And later I put everything back in selectively and just had the decorations that worked with the final end result of my room. I did the Marie Kondo method with my mom a couple years ago, and that really worked for me. So I tried to do that again here, where I just found everything that was similar and put it in one spot. So I found all of my pens, all of my colored pencils, all of my paper, everything like that, and I put them in piles so I could see how much of each thing I had. Turns out I had a lot of things, and it kind of helped me realize, okay, I don't need to keep all of these, and I got rid of some of them. Next, I made sure that I stored them in a way that you could actually see everything at once. So this is one of the principles of her organizational method that really helps me, where you put everything in a way that you can find it all at the same time and you can also see it all at once. So when you pick something up, you're not destroying everything looking for it. So for example, the way that I'm folding all of the fabric in my bins is set up in a way that when I open the bin, I can be like, okay, where's the yellow fabric? And I can just grab it without having to like pull through the entire shelf and just like destroy everything. I do my clothes this way now too, and I've been doing it for about 4 years, and I am not a neat person at all, but I've still managed to keep this up and it saved me a lot of work. By the way, that Mr. Clean in the background, apparently it's concentrated and you're supposed to dilute it like a lot, and I just sprayed it on everything. So it's extra clean in here. Anyway, that's all the clutter. Now it's time to pull everything away from the walls and get started with painting. This was definitely the part where I started to feel like I could taste the victory. We're at Lowe's. Let's go find some paint. Okay, so I got my paint, I got my supplies, yay! My paint is like the cutest freaking color in the world.
It's super hot in here. I'm dying already, but let's get started.
Okay, so I started by prepping my wall, making sure it was super clean, and then I taped everything off and made sure I took off all the light switch covers, and then I started on my trim. This was super, super fun, although I definitely started to smell the paint by the end of it, and that wasn't the best. But fun tip for you, you can totally wrap your roller brush in saran wrap and keep it in the fridge overnight, and then you don't have to wash it out the next day, which is amazing because they really are impossible to wash out and never quite fully the same after anyway. Next, I had to figure out a grid system to get my projector to show my line art correctly because I have a small room and I wasn't able to get it all in one go. But once I figured it out, it was pretty fine. And I just started tracing everything in white acrylic paint. I use Amsterdam brand paint. It's pretty cheap. It's one of the cheapest ones. By the way, brownie points right there if you could figure out what album I was listening to. It's one of my favorite albums of all time. But yeah, so this design I just created on Procreate, and honestly that was the longest part of this whole process, was just deciding what I was going to put up here. But Procreate's so nice because I could actually basically Photoshop it onto my picture of my wall and see what it would look like in my craft room when it was all done. I really, really, really love drawing hair, and that's one of the reasons I picked this design, is I just wanted a lot of wavy lines to paint, which can be really fun and meditative. I also really like lily pads. I grew up swimming in lakes all the time and would this is really gross to me now and terrifying, and I would never do it, but when I was a kid I loved to just like swim into lily pads and like swim through them, and I felt like I was going on some sort of underwater safari. But that kind of terrifies me now, and I just, no, I'm not really into that. Anyway, I'm using acrylics and trying my best to blend the paint. I'm still working on this. So if you guys have any tips for blending acrylic paints, comment with them because I am always open ears. Alright, I don't know about you guys, but I've definitely been wearing a lot of PJs and sweatpants, so I'm sorry about that. I'm definitely not in dress to impress mode, but comfy is cool anyway, right? So I printed out my line art, and that's what's taped up on the wall that keeps moving around, and I was using that for reference, but in the end I ended up really just freestyling it because it's kind of a lot to keep track of all of those lines, and I figured I could do it again. I already did it once, and I'm happy with it, how it turned out, so I don't think that was an issue. Sorry about this part, it's blurry, but it's about to not be. But yeah, I'm trying to decide what I want to do with my art style. I've been noticing a lot of art that I like that doesn't have line work as much, and it's a little bit less harsh and a little bit more natural looking, but I've just always really, really relied heavily on having a lot of line work, and I don't know, maybe that's just my thing, and I should just keep doing it. I am really happy with how the white lines turned out around the flowers. I think they look really cute, and you can also see, if you look really closely, maybe, that there's gold paint is what I used in the lotus flowers in the center, and it looks really pretty when the light hits it. This was definitely a really awesome project for me. I've been really, really like needing something to do while I'm inside the house. I really miss going to shows and seeing friends. I'm pretty extroverted, so it's been hard not having the community I normally have, and a project like this really helped me.
Okay, I think I just finished. I'm so excited. this far, thank you for watching. I'm really excited about how it turned out. I'm pretty in love with it. I can't wait to make more stuff here, and I can't wait to just, yeah, see what this space produces. So, yeah. Thanks for coming along for the ride. Bye.